at Floyd. Like, Floyd spends money like it's a tap. Like, he's got a tap, just like unlimited amount of money. Money's just flowing. And even as much money as he's made in his career, which he's probably made as much, if not more money than any boxer ever. Like, there's all these lawsuits. Like, he hasn't been paying things, and he owes money on this and owes money on that. And it's like, and then he's got to come out of retirement.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
He have it, but he really don't have that spark like how he was when he was in it. You know? Like him going back and like fighting and stuff like that. I think that shit fucked him up.
Whatever could happen if the guy gets beat up by Manny Pacquiao, right? It creates a tough situation. I feel like that was the bigger story. But is Floyd broke? What a stupid question. Are you a stupid person? Of course he's broke. He's a boxer.
Joe Rogan discussed the potential rematch between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao with Gervonta Davis. Tank argued that fights like these are now driven more by money grabs than by a genuine desire to improve and grow the sport of boxing.
The industry world is just like, it's trash, bro. It's a whole bunch of stuff.
Joe Rogan praised Floyd Mayweather Jr. for staying active, fast, and disciplined even after retirement, while maintaining his body in remarkable condition.
In his body, and also that mindset of what he learned when he was incarcerated.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. stays competitive by avoiding unhealthy habits and maintaining strict discipline, allowing him to preserve his speed, stamina, and sharp reflexes even after retirement.
Discipline is everything. Discipline, never knowing you're never going back to that. Don't buy anything stupid. Don't be dumb with your money. Don't be dumb with your body. Take care of yourself. Never get out of shape. Always keep your conditioning up. So when you go into camp, you're not struggling to get back in shape again. You're already in shape. Now you're just working on your skills and honing everything to a razor sharp hit.
Max Kellerman says Floyd Mayweather Jr. still displays elite-level defense and speed, and he believes a rematch with Manny Pacquiao could be an exciting fight.
Well, I think I would have always favored Mayweather to win the fight. The point is that because it happened after its expiration date, we will never have the actual answer. You and I might agree, Mayweather was too long, too good a boxer, naturally bigger guy and better defense. But we will never actually know the answer to that question because we never got to see it 5 years earlier. Now, Shady makes the point, Malik, that this is not like Crawford-Canelo, and it's not. But it's also not exactly like Jake Paul and Mike Tyson.
It's nowhere near
right?
that stuff.
So what is it? What are we, because Netflix doesn't seem to care if this is more of kind of a carnival or an exhibition, or if it's like the greatest, biggest fight in the world. What they're looking for are eyeballs, right? Where does this fall, Mayweather and Pacquiao, on the most legitimate Crawford-Canelo side of the spectrum, or the kind of sideshow Jake Paul-Mike Tyson side?
Gervonta Davis believes the proposed fight between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao is mainly about making money rather than advancing the sport of boxing.
So that,
he need the money. I'm telling you.
Does he have a chance to win though?
Top Rank ain't playing like that, and they ain't playing like that.
So you don't
see, they ain't playing like that.
Chael Sonnen argues that the criticism is unnecessary because every professional works to earn an income. In his view, Floyd Mayweather Jr. continues to fight because boxing is still his profession and a major source of his livelihood.
Why do you get up every day and go to work? Why are you going to your job next week? Why will you be at your job the week after that? Because you need the money. What's wrong with that? And why are we attempting to tease Floyd? Is Floyd Mayweather? Yes, he's broke. Of course he's broke. He's a boxer. Did they say he can't read? That's not to tease him. They say that he can't read. His best friend at the time said that he can't read, and he never denied it. I don't tease him for it. He was a guy who grew up in a boxing channel, right? It's one of these things. You know what you know. You know what you were taught. I didn't teach him about contracts. I didn't teach him about saving. I didn't teach him about investments. Who would have taught him these things? Of course he's broke. He's a gambling addict. He got baby mamas all over the... What do you mean is he broke? Of course he's...
Meanwhile, Manny Pacquiao believes a victory would motivate the next generation and show young fighters entering professional boxing today the importance of determination, discipline, and ambition.
It's a very good inspiration for the young kids. Not only to all the boxers, but also to the people who have dream. Even though I'm 46, if you're still dreaming in your life, you can make it.
During the discussion, he explains that a rematch between the two would not truly harm either fighter's legacy. According to him, both men have already secured their places in boxing history through decades of elite performances and historic victories. He reminds listeners that he clearly won the first fight and still looks physically fresh compared to many retired fighters. Because of that, a second bout would be more of a spectacle than a defining moment in either fighter's career.
But if Pacquiao were to beat Floyd in this exhibition or fight or whatever they're going to call it, do you think it shouldn't? But do you think that affects either one of their legacies?
Not at all.
No,
That's
we talking about grandpa. We talking about grandfathers fighting each other. That's what we talking about.
It's not.
Come on, man.
Wait. I said, it's the zero line. Little bit.
No.
I'm not saying it's a transformative thing, but to say it doesn't affect it at all is probably not right, and I'll tell you why. Because if Pacquiao should win, for example, there will be those who say, well, when Mayweather beat him the first time, they were both past their primes. Certainly Pacquiao, who had been destroyed by Marquez, right, knocked out, was not the world-beating terror. Yeah, and the rotator cuff, but he was a world-beating terror 5 years before that, when he was running.
At the same time, he acknowledges that public perception could still change slightly depending on the result. If he were somehow defeated, some fans might revisit the original fight and question the timing of their first meeting. Critics could argue that when they fought the first time, both fighters were already beyond their absolute peak. Others might point to his previous devastating knockout loss, which some believe impacted his momentum heading into the matchup. Still, he emphasizes that both champions have already secured their places in boxing history. The accomplishments of both fighters across multiple divisions cannot be erased by a late-career exhibition-style bout. Even if the result surprises fans, their legendary status in the sport will remain intact.
So Cotto and Hatton and beating them worse than Floyd was beating them, right? That's when we wanted to see the fight. Happens 5 years later.
Right. Yeah.
So people will point to that and say, and then when they were much older than that, but the first fight wasn't like...
They both was in their prime.
Yeah, and neither was it lopsided.
It wasn't lopsided.
Floyd Mayweather won decisively, but he'll even tell you that was one of his trickiest fights.
That's the only reason why I think it shouldn't be a second fight, because to me, Floyd handled him so easy.
But think about what
I know
Max is saying.
Pacquiao said otherwise.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
if
Pacquiao wins a rematch, because I agree, it's like with an asterisk, but if he does that, it will affect people's thinking a little bit. Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard, it's not nearly the same. They were in their 30s, not their 80s or whatever these guys are in now, but Hearns got Leonard in the rematch, even though it was called a draw, and people look at Hearns a little differently vis-a-vis Sugar Ray Leonard than they did before that fight.
But that was more competitive, I would say. Floyd hasn't fought.
During his analysis, Luke Thomas explains that modern entertainment platforms continuously release huge amounts of content to keep audiences engaged. According to Luke Thomas, this constant flow of events can sometimes make everything feel less meaningful and somewhat repetitive. He believes many people are turning toward nostalgia because earlier eras of sports and entertainment seemed more exciting and memorable. While Luke Thomas acknowledges that this is largely a personal observation rather than something supported by hard data, he still believes that something about modern life makes the past seem more exciting and appealing. When discussing a potential rematch between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, Luke Thomas argues that the main motivation behind such fights often comes from the business side of the industry. He explains that companies like Netflix are looking to expand into live sports because Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao still have enormous global name recognition. Bringing the two together for another event could attract a massive audience, even years after they reach their primes.
Consequence, everything feels a little dull. I don't know, but there just appears to be a great need among the broader public for nostalgia and for a different time, because that time felt more alive and colorful. I don't have hard data to support this. This is very much an anecdotal observation, but I do think it is true. There is something off generally about modern life that is making the past more palatable than the present. But reason number 3 is the one I actually really want to focus in on. I asked earlier, why is this fight being made? And the answer is, on some level, relatively obvious. As I mentioned, they're broke, blah, blah, blah. But the other one is like, why is Netflix making this? Well, they want to get into the big live event business, and Floyd still has some popularity, Manny still has some popularity, and then together they might be bigger than the sum of their parts individually, certainly.
Luke Thomas also points out how streaming has transformed the financial side of boxing. In the past, fans often had to pay expensive pay-per-view prices to watch major fights. For instance, the original Floyd Mayweather vs. Manny Pacquiao fight in 2015 cost around $100, creating a significant barrier for many viewers. But when a fight is available on a streaming service like Netflix, millions of subscribers can watch without paying an additional fee. Because of this easier access, Luke Thomas believes promoters are now placing greater emphasis on recognizable names rather than highly competitive matchups. He highlights events featuring Jake Paul and Mike Tyson as examples, where massive audiences tuned in despite widespread criticism over the quality of the fights. According to Luke Thomas, this shift raises an important question about whether streaming platforms are actually improving boxing or simply creating attention-grabbing events without providing the level of competition fans genuinely want to see.